Right, I was just watching an update on George Martin and where he's at in the Winds of Winter. Yeah, I can totally fucking understand why people are so pissed off. It's been over a decade, and I didn't read the series until like a year ago because I was waiting for the next book to come out. And, I was a fan of Game of Thrones and I fucking hated the ending. And I'm like, where's the book? But, I'm a writer myself. I've been writing and, I've been doing editing on the first few chapters. And it's like, I can understand to a point why someone like that would take so long to put something out after especially they've had a whole fucking TV series that came out and so many people hated it. So he's like, fuck, like I really need to change this because of course the fuckers Dave and Dan completely ruined it because they just wanted to end it because fuck Dave and Dan. But I'm understanding to a point why George Martin is taking so long with Winds of Winter because he saw why people hated where the show went, but also he was very argumentative of please include this, don't go this way, like please do this, and they didn't. So it's like, I'm not George Martin. I don't know. But as a writer myself, no, I don't have dozens of books written. I haven't written TV shows, and I'm not fucking creating series. But I don't want to put something out that is going to just disappoint everybody. So, it's been 5 years and I had 3.5 chapters written and I have edited the fuck out of the first 2 chapters. I'm still working on the third chapter because I'm changing the whole direction of where I was going in my story. So it's like, I can kind of understand, but I can't because I'm not George Martin. I haven't written fucking TV shows. I haven't spent most of my time writing TV shows and writing other books that are outside of the scope of my original story. Just wasting time when people have been waiting over a decade just to finish the original story. Yeah, I can understand people's fucking aggravation at that. It's like, just last year I finally read A Song of Ice and Fire, and I'm like, why is this taking over a decade? But in my own writing, like, I've I've been reading a lot of different stories with different POV characters so I can understand how people write them. And George Martin is the only person that I have read that has so many POV characters written in separate chapters. And like everybody else I've read, they just had POV characters in the same chapter. It's like, blah, switching, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm confused. So I, I can understand in a way because he has to connect all these elements that he's written in all these books to create this really fucking huge universe, which yeah, I'm kind of annoyed that he has taken time away from finishing that story to create all this other bullshit. Like, create all that shit when you're done with your fucking original story. But you got the fame bug. You're just riding a fame bug. But I'm sorry, George Martin. Motherfucker, quit working on other shit and just finish your book. Finish your series. Like, quit taking that fame bag and, writing all this other shit. Or, yeah, people love it, but it's like, we want a conclusion to your original story. And I know people defend him like, oh, he's got so much other work. Finish your fucking story, bitch. Like, we've been waiting over a decade. And I just read that shit last year. Because I was waiting for Winds of Winter. And I'm just like, finally, fuck it. I'm just going to read this story. I'm like, God, I can't wait till the next one comes out. And then, with everybody else, when's it going to come out? Is it going to come out? Will it ever be finished? I don't think. No. I don't think if we get Winds of Winter, we are never gonna get A Dreamless Spring because George Martin's a bitch. His story was made into TV and it got concluded. Whether people like it or not, I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares because he's focused so much on, House of the Dragon, which I fucking love, but his original story, it got finished. He doesn't give a fuck. So he ain't gonna finish it. Like, if he does finish Winds of Winter, we will never see A Dreamless Spring. And as someone that's writing myself, I would never fucking do that. Like, that's a sellout bitch. Sorry. That's a sellout bitch. You're gonna sell your fucking story before it's finished? That's a sellout bitch. You're gonna let other people write the end of your fucking story before you wrote it? And be just fucking fine with that? Nah. Fuck you, George Martin. Like, you're a sellout bitch. Like, I know you wrote a lot of stories, which I haven't read because I don't give a fuck. But, yeah, you're a sellout bitch. Like, you're writing all this other shit to appease people with all this other shit without finishing the story people want. So, if I ever, finish my story, as I hope to do, I need a new laptop, which you have no fucking idea how hard it is to write a book on your phone. So I need a new laptop to write it, but yeah. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's so great, like someone pick it up right up. But yeah, I wouldn't sell the rights to my story before it was finished. So I could be a sellout bitch and not finish my story so someone else can finish it and everybody hate it. So fuck you, George Martin. Like, I fucking love your world, but you're a sellout bitch. You're working on all this other shit, and people have been waiting over a decade for you to write your next fucking novel. And you're like, oh, just, bitch, you've been working on so much shit. You could have finished this shit already. And people are like, oh, give him a break. Nah. He's had over a decade, and he's been working on TV shows and other stories. It's like, no, Don't give him a break. He's a sellout bitch. So, yeah. My opinion. Fuck George Martin. We are never going to see the ending of A Song of Ice and Fire. I wish we would, but that bitch will be dead. We will never see it. And unlike George or Robert Jordan, who had notes and, had someone else finish his story, George Martin has already said he will not have someone else finish his story. So, yeah, we're never going to see the end of it. Because George Martin's a bitch. He's a sellout. He just wants money. So, that's my opinion. If we get The Winds of Winter, we will never get A Dream of Spring. We'll never see the end of A Song of Ice and Fire. But we'll get plenty of A House of fucking Dragon. Like, we'll get plenty of that because he's making money off of it. Game of Thrones, already done. He don't give a fuck. So, yeah, people blame the fans. Just like they always do. Blame the fans. You're spending all this fucking time on other shit. It's our fault. Because, people have been waiting over a decade for the next book. It's the people's fault. Bitch. Finish the story. Alright. Love y'all.